Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Black Swatch Survivor. We're covering season 48. This is episode 6 of the season. We're halfway through.
Oh, wow.
And you know what that means. We're at merch.
When they showed up, I said, "Boats are here."
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. It's very hard to follow up an episode like last week, right? Like it was so good. Yeah. They replayed it. They've never done this before in 25 years of Survivor. They have replayed an episode on a different night. So it came on Wednesday. And they replayed it Saturday night.
Because of how good it was, or?
Mm-hmm. Because, it was quite an impactful episode, and a lot of strategy and stuff. That was Bianca went home, but that's when... When Eva,
the top of this.
Yeah.
They figure out, so we open up where, baby, Sai is not fucking with Cedrek on any level. So she don't even want to talk to this nigga. She can't even fake. She can't even fake with him. Because she thinks that he wrote her name down. But remember last week, Cedrek didn't get this play until they were literally, when he had on his suit jacket, he was ready to stand on business at Tribal Council, is when they came and they said, so he didn't even have a chance to talk about anything in his defense. And so Sai just assumed that he tried to set her up for the okie doke, but then they find out it was Mitch who actually voted for her. So Bianca essentially played everybody against each other and caused chaos on her way out the door.
Right. She did what she wanted. She did what she said she was going to do. It just backfired, and she went home.
Yeah. Now, Chrissy. Remember, Chrissy is it Chrissy?
Yeah, Chicago Fire.
Chrissy, older white lady, she's ready to be done with Sai, but she's not really coming out the gate at Cedrek on some like, get rid of this bitch. But she's like, you should get rid of this bitch. So she's trying to. She's like, she's about to fuck your game up.
She's not wrong.
I be wanting to root for a black girl first.
Sai has all the potential to be a great player. She is a great player. It's just the social aspect. Say would get on my nerves at work. I think about all of these people in the context of a co-working environment. Oh yeah, you have to. And she would run everything like a fucking military, and she would not be anybody's manager.
No, she's an associate who got too much say, pun intended, and opens her mouth a little too wide and too quick. You know what I'm saying? And is very reactionary at work or reactive or whatever this word is. Like I know and she's young, so she's still trying to work through her shit too. I know the type of coworker Sai is. I would be endeared to her, but she would work my last fucking nerve. Now, Star. Let's go back to Star because I've been trying to find a place with Star this whole time. Star is a fucking nut.
Star.
And I think I'm here for it, actually. I think I found the place I was looking for.
Star is Star is a character.
If Star floats her way to the end of this would be because that bitch is staying out of that bitch just be over here.
Yeah, she is in her own show, season, host. I'm like, well, what show was she on? However, I'm also constantly reminded of the stupid shit she did last week.
Because I told you, it's like on your nerve. Like, Anya, I am rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. My top 3 Drag Race. Because these shows are sisters. So I'm rooting for you. But also, when you spray painted on that lady's tarp... or her tarp dress that
you did
like
that
a tarp. You should have said it. And same here. I'm like, Star, You gave that idol up, and that was the stupidest fucking move that I think I've seen in the last 5 seasons of watching this show.
So dumb. So dumb.
So Stars and Nut, I love it. We'll get more of that. Sai and Charity. Now, Charity is also a coworker who not only would get on my nerves at work, but I also would not trust.
Charity's the type of coworker that would want to be my friend.
You know when they talk about, you know when they talk about how it's worse. This is YouTube. Well, it's fine.
Yeah,
you know how they talk about how it's worse it's worse to hang out or be around a white person who wants to talk to you about racism as opposed to being around a white person who's just racist. Because like
one is way more draining than the other.
Like, I don't want to hear about your liberalism.
Yeah.
I don't want to have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
Charity would be that
she's
person.
an HS. I told you, she is a supporter. Just like
like, girl, go back to Bushwick and get out of my face. Like,
I told you.
She is an and we persevere ass bitch.
HS, I'm telling you.
You love a pantsuit, don't you, Charity?
Yeah.
She would get on my nerves. Yeah. I'm ready for her to go. And I am ready for her to go before Say goes.
Yeah. I had complicated feelings. I had complicated feelings about those two because I agree with you.
You want them to eat each other like betta fish and take each other out? Yes.
No, but here's my problem. The person that honestly, truly needs to go home is Eva.
Yeah. And Say said that.
And so, and honestly, so did Charity. But they realized that, okay, well, since all y'all are pro Eva this week or whatever the fuck, we're going to have to go with either me or Say. That's literally how the show went. And I was so annoyed. That's why I was like, fuck this episode.
I know. It was... I don't give...
It was a good episode. It was just...
Yeah. I don't give 2 hot fucks about the challenges. I watch them. But if I'm being honest...
This was a good challenge this week.
It was a good challenge. That is the least interesting part of the show to me. But that's also because I'm not an action bitch. Don't ask me to go see The Neutralizer. Don't ask me to go see the Fast and the Furious. Don't ask me to go see DC Marvel, Batman.
I'm supposed to show you Die Hard with a Vengeance.
No. See, I don't want to watch that. Like, I'm averse.
That's an...
I'm like, I'm seizing. I'm tense. Like, I don't know what it is about
I feel like
action shit.
You would like it because it is very black with Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis.
You see how Samuel can even hardly pull me into act like. He can hardly pull. People be like, let's watch Into the Deep or whatever the fuck.
So how did you make it through the Meg with Noah?
That's not the same. That's thriller horror. That's not action.
So you don't like... Okay. So you don't like bang, bang, shoot 'em up like...
No, it's still so stupid. Like...
Okay, so have you seen The Matrix then?
Yeah, I saw The Matrix. So...
Do you have feelings about The Matrix? It sounds like you do.
Honest thoughts with Matrix... And look, I fully recognize this is me, okay? I don't get, like, y'all can just keep it. But when The Matrix came out, I was like, okay, it's cool, but, like, why are y'all, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, niggas were it was like Black Panther. And niggas like, oh my God, have you seen The Matrix? And I'm like, okay, I was like, this nigga's, he got shades on his face with no, you know, like I was not impressed. All I remember is, what's that man's name? What's the white man?
Keanu Reeves.
All I remember is him in some cubicles in the office, and he's ducking, and these 2 white men are like trying to get him, and then It was like Men in Black mixed with Take. What's the Take with the white man who was looking for his daughter because she was being sex trafficked? You see, I just get sucked into this shit and I don't be giving a fuck about it. I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Why do y'all want to watch this? So yeah,
that is so.
I liked
fascinating.
Penguin though. Penguin was a great, but that also was like a thriller.
You like more darker things, more on the macabre
or where they have a little bit of a psychological element. I think that's why with Survivor, I was very averse for all these years, and then you just kept talking about it, and I'm like still averse. And then what has pulled me in is like watching the personality dynamics and the strategies and. Like, that's really the most interesting part of this show to me.
Oh, yeah. It's psychological warfare. It's like Dance Mob.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I love people watching, so I think that's what it is.
Okay. That's fair. Everybody's into their own thing. Because I'm not into, like, fantasy like that. It takes a lot for me to get into fantasy. Like
now, when you say fantasy,
like, you know what, like, you're into fantasy and wizards and
okay,
things.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, that's my
not shit. And gods and all that. That's not your girl. You know,
but not zombies, because I feel a very specific way.
But see, I got kind of sucked into that, and that was kind of one of those like, well, now I need to see how it ends. It wasn't
something about
like
zombies and aliens. I'm like, y'all can have those.
And that's the thing, because I like Star Trek, surprisingly.
I didn't. I don't. I don't like
Star Trek. Is so good.
No,
it's
I
such
prefer
a good
Star
story.
Wars. But I'm not.
Also
I'm not a Star Trek girl.
But Star Trek also good. Listen, it's also a precursor of what's going to happen at some point.
I don't trust space like that. You know what I mean? So like, I don't. It's real.
Wait,
like
we need to have a campaign to get Gail off this fucking mission. Because Gail King lost her fucking mind and is going to space on April 14th. And we need to sign a petition to get her ass off.
Oprah's Nettie?
Yeah.
What? It is.
Yes.
Wait. She's going to space?
Yes.
Gail. Hold on. How do I message her?
I don't know.
Girl, hold, Gail, how you with a Y, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love black ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Gail, oh, here you go. Girl, what? You can't go to space. Now, how y'all were about to let me message Gail? All of a sudden, I can't message her anymore. Trash.
Yeah, we have to bully Gail into not going into space on nobody's musky aircraft or spacecraft.
What the fuck is wrong with her? Why would she even consider this?
This is what happens when raising your parents are so hard. They turn 70 and they lose it. Okay?
No, but you see when you asked me what my price was, I still don't know, nigga, because I'm not doing that. Like, you think she voted for Trump?
No.
But she's going on his lover's escapade to space.
Yes, but I also feel like...
See, they don't have no scruples about hanging out with unsavory people. See, and I
also feel like this is a ploy.
The party.
Yeah, this is a ploy through CBS. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like... But then I don't know.
It's still a price, though. It's still a price.
Yeah.
Don't get... Anyway, back to this. So, Sai and Charity are, like, trying to basically take each other out. Then we get the Joe and the Four Nipples milk connection. So that was fascinating.
Can I say, ever since Joe revealed that he has a white mother, that he is starting to look very different.
What is it for you?
No, like, he physically looks different. Like, he just looks different.
To you or in general?
In general.
Like, as he loses weight, not eating?
Yes. But it just coincides with that reveal.
Copy.
You know, it just,
Copy, got it. Mm-hmm.
Just something to let y'all know. Also,
you're like, speaking of milk.
Yeah. Also, have you noticed? I don't know if you would know her on this journey of a different world over on Netflix.
I don't think she's ready for a different world yet, even though she did watch Grownish. But you know, I know. But they don't really do too much on Grownish.
No, but I just meant this. No, Grownish is fine. I actually liked Grownish out of all the. Actually, I can't say that. But yeah, I liked Grownish.
Oh yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, I liked Grownish.
I love the Ish collection.
Yeah.
Except that biracial one. Y'all could have really kept that. I'll say it out loud. Like, y'all could have kept. I love you, Tracy.
A circle because Mark Paul Gosselaar and Jeff Probst are raising children together because of their baddie.
We all know Zach Morris is biracial.
Yeah.
You know, Tristan just found out.
Yeah. Black 365.
You know he used to go with Lisa on the show in real life?
Lisa Turtle?
Mm-hmm. They used to go together when they were.
I see that.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
Remember, they're the two. Them and Screech are the three oldest castmates.
They were the original on Miss
Bliss.
My gosh, we were just talking about the original run of what's it called?
Hello, Miss Bliss. Good morning, Miss Bliss.
Mm-hmm. Because
with Mama, who was on the original Parent Trap.
Yes. Because a lot of the things were based on high or. They're supposed to be based in the Palisades. And so they were talking about, we were watching the news and they were talking about, all the sites that have, burned down or closed because of the fires and stuff. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anywho, back to this.
Yeah. So Eva's offering, outreach for anybody who wants to understand or talk about autism. We get the Eva, Joe, Kyle, Shaheen, and the Four Nipples Alliance. Okay, see, and the thing about their alliance is they want to perform with the utmost of integrity and honesty in their game. So they don't want to play any mind games. Because Kyle already
has been playing y'all like chess.
Yeah, and still is. Kamilla is honestly
my favorite thing. My favorite thing was the preview for next week, and the very final thing that she said is, what did she say? Oh, we're throwing such and such under the bus, or something. She threatened somebody in the thing, and I'm just like, Kamilla is crazy. I stand.
I love her. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's there to play the game, and Sai can take notes from Kamilla and how Kamilla is playing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because Sai and Charity, the problem with the both of them is they both doing too much too soon. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing with them. So then we get to the immunity challenge. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is a complicated one because, before that, they got a message when they all merged on the beach together. Of course, in this version of Survivor, they're not merged yet. They got to earn their way through the merge, and so apparently there was an advantage on the beach where they all were, and it would have been a great boon to their game if they would have found it. So they all take off running, and Charity sees the thing in the clearing, and turns into fucking Warren Moon. Lombardi's her ass and just yoink.
That bitch hurdled. She hurdled.
I'm telling you, that was every.
You know what it looked like? It was the Serengeti, and that bitch was hunting and pounced.
Yeah, like when cheetahs go at 60 miles an hour because she came out the fuck nowhere.
That bitch came out of nowhere.
I swore Charity had. I was like, oh, she got it. Here comes fucking Richard Sermon just
That's Jackie Joyner curse.
Like
that bitch.
And then what killed me, she did it with her jacket tied around her waist.
The logistics. We might have to stand.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't dislike Say. I'm just like, you need to go because
I cheered her on.
I cheered her on in that. I was like, you better not, because I want Charity over Say first.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you better
Say
not try to wrestle
go.
her for that fucking idol, but she didn't.
Right. Say has to go home for her own sake. Because she's not going to like what she sees when she watches this back. And also, for her own sake, because they're going to play her so hard in the end. If they're smart enough, they would do that. But if, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because she's willing to play so hard.
Because she's willing to play so hard. Right. Yeah. Like, because you can see her wheels are always turning. She's never off.
And that's the problem, is it's too overt in the way that she does it. And I don't like it coming from a lady like Charity, but she was not wrong. Say is playing no portion of a social game whatsoever, not even a sprinkling of one. So it makes it difficult when you're like always, you know what I'm saying? You always wound up. So Charity is ready to get rid of Eva, and Say is ready to get rid of Eva, but they're also ready to get rid of each other. But they know the alliance with Joe is going to carry Eva all the way to the end, and then niggas will vote for her off the strip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. So the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Or does Charity try to bully?
Hold on. Yes, this is where Charity tries to put the battery in Star's back to go back and get her idol. And then Joe is over here putting the battery in Eva's back, like, you better not give up that fucking idol for nothing. You better hold it between your coochie lips, like you better never. And then she's like, okay, I'm not getting rid of it for shit. And Star's like, I can't do that, nigga. I already gave it to her, and I was irritated with her again.
Yes, because that's what I was mad because Charity was right. And I don't want to agree with her. But she was right. She was right. She told her, like, bitch, you were crazy for doing that. Number one. Number two, I don't even see the rationale as to how you would do that. Like, if you're trying to build an olive branch, you fill her fucking canteen. You give her some extra coconut. You don't give her your lifeline in the game to $1 million.
I'd rather you give her a trip to the sanctuary or something. Like, you know, or because, sorry, she said it, she can't play a social game or detect, you tell her, I will hold this idol for the both of us. So if you're ever at risk, I will save you. And then you don't fucking save her. Now I gotta go shit in the ocean so I can get ready to go in this fucking game. What are we doing?
I feel
CrossFit and shitting in the ocean is on my list right now because I've got to prepare.
I'm telling you, I think you should watch an episode of Amazing Race, and then you can decide which show you want to go on. I think you might like Amazing Race because there'll be a point where you'll be like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna smoke and go get coffee."
Copy. Okay.
I'm telling you, do you know how to drive stick?
Yeah.
Oh, then we could go. Okay.
First gear, second gear.
Yeah, because you know, most when they go to Europe or whatever country that's not here, it's all manual gear shift, and so and that's where they fuck up. They have ruined so many cars on Amazing Race.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But anywho,
that's an accident.
No.
Here, you want to know the crazy thing with everything that I told you earlier? Your girl, first of all, I drive like a fucking beast. And I also am extremely athletic. So I don't care about action shit, but nigga, I can get busy if need be. So we can go win us some money if you want to. Yeah.
I think we really should apply for Amazing Race. Or if the producers watch this, cast us for Amazing Race. 2 podcasters.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
I won't. Hey. I'll behave. For network television as much as I don't. Can. Oh, well then okay.
Yeah, they don't. No.
Cast us, Amazing Race. We would be an incredible duo.
Yeah, absolutely. So the challenge. Before the challenge starts, Say turns in her little trinket for her advantage, and turns out she gets to go straight to the merge feast, right? So this merge is split into two parts. It is a group challenge where you're split into two teams, and whoever wins that part of the challenge wins the merge feast. And then the second part, out of that group, whoever wins the second challenge will win individual immunity.
Say only had to compete in the second part.
Correct. So the first part was a very brutal challenge. They had to go through the mud. It was they big brained it when they figured it out because they were gliding through the mud. So there was like some learning curves in the game. Cedrek cost his team's victory because he has no upper body strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't do CrossFit before he went.
At all. Chris Rogers was like, this is why you get in the gym.
Okay, all right. Listen here, Mr. T. We know you are all on a journey, Billy Blades.
No, his rationale was what if you in a situation where you need to pull yourself up off a ledge or something?
No, he's not. This is like going on Drag Race and not going to take at least a couple of sewing classes and figuring out how to set a base pattern for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you do not go on Survivor without doing at least a good 6 months of some training so that you can build that strength in different ways. You know that you're going to need upper body strength. You're going to need lower body strength. You're going to need full body strength. Like, you're going to be doing CrossFit type stuff. Prepare yourself. Do them puzzles. Start fucking with niggas' minds and go to the goddamn gym.
Exactly. You know, when I was watching Cory Booker's filibuster thing, I kept quoting Jeff, dig deep. It felt like a Survivor challenge. I wanted to feel like estimated time, 25 hours, 15 minutes. Because it was a Survivor challenge. But anywho, the challenge was intense. And, you know, of course, Kamilla's team won because anything that Kamilla touches turns to gold. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next part of the challenge, it's Say, Four Nipples, Kamilla, Kyle, Chicago Fire. They all have, and Star. I hated the fact that she looked like a gross sister with all that mud on. But
so it ends up being Battle of the Blacks at the end because it's Star versus Kyle.
Yeah.
And the final
Mary
moments.
done broke her neck. Oh, I forgot about Mary was in the challenge. Because Mary turned her neck like 90 degrees.
Which, you know, okay, so
Dead in the sun.
As I was watching this, I was doing it. And I was like, see, this is going to fuck you up because now your balance is off. And you fucked up all your little equilibrium doing all of this shit here. You can't do all of that while you're holding that ball, actually.
No, because you'll get dizzy. The Four Nipples had it right by holding it close to his body.
Yeah.
Star
too. Star had a good...
Star kept it to her body.
A good stance, yeah.
Right. They probably could have went farther if they didn't have all that mud on.
Yeah. They should have let them take a dip in the ocean or like a swim or something before they did that, but I guess it wouldn't be the game. So Kyle wins. He wins immunity, and he's the first person to win immunity, and because it's the first immunity challenge of the season. And they're on to the merge mill. Yeah.
They have essentially a Buffalo Wild Wings meal.
Yeah.
There's the wings, there's beer, there's other gastropub delicacies. You know, and they're just eating it all. clay, mud, and all, just ingesting
Why
minerals
didn't they
and
let them
zinc and
take
magnesium.
a dip before they went to, like, this is inhumane. It's inhumane.
Yeah,
Now,
listen,
this is where Star really came alive, and we watched a brand new person join the cast of this show, and I was tickled.
I just want her to just...
I want her own show. Star in the Woods.
Yes, but I love her, but I want her to be effective because...
No, same. But actually, I think I don't want her to be effective.
It just...
Outside of that stupid... outside of that fuck up with the idol, I'm going to let her... I'm not going to let her have it, but I'm going to let her have it. Outside of the fuck up with the idol, I want Star to play this particular ineffective way all the way to the end, because it would be genius.
So like Black Caroline.
You get to float. Yes, a fucking nut. Okay, Star is buns. Almost as much as Caroline just has a tinge of drug abuse in her past. So that
my only thing is I have to. I'm trying to see folks' pathways to the end. I see Eva and Joe's pathways to the end. I could see Kamilla and Kyle. Yeah, Kamilla and Kyle's pathway to the end. I even see Shaheen's pathway to the end because he, kind of, because I feel like they're gonna hoe him at some point.
No, they will. They will. And Cedrek is going to be gone soon.
Yes, but I don't see Star's pathway to the end only because she doesn't have a tight alliance. Like, she doesn't have a final two, and she also doesn't have. I'm also when I think about pathways to the end, I think about what is the move that they would make that would get respect out of the jury, and I'm trying to see what move she could make out of that. If she gets Eva out all on her own and she orchestrates that move, then yes. Or as she somehow gets her idol back. They might think
I don't disagree
evil,
with you. Do I see her pathway to the end? No. Do I think it would be absolutely...
I see Say's pathway more than I see Star's, though.
No, I don't.
I think Say's gonna make it. If they have not voted her out by now...
I would love to see her make it, because I just want to see any black girl do anything. But I feel like they're going to get her ass up. Well, also, now we're at the merge. So at this point, whoever's there, like, they're going to be on the tribal council. So as long as I get to have Star's kook, even if it's through the jury, I'm cool with that. Because she's
going to make the jury.
I'm fine with that. And I don't want to make the jury because she already did, but I wish she didn't.
Unless she gets voted out next week.
Right, because Say is going to move in that jury based off of emotion. So it's going to be tricky. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. But oh, yeah. So after the challenge, it gets dicey. They're throwing out names left and right. And it's really boils down to Sai and Charity. Which, again, both sides are agreeing that they need to get out Eva. Yeah. But now's not the time. I don't.
And Charity says, she's like, the ultimate thing that comes down to with me and Sai is not likable. And I was like... While you're not wrong, you're not either. And also, I don't want to hear that from you.
Yes. I also don't like how Mitch has chosen her as his number 2.
I don't know what that's all about. Like, I don't know what his draw is.
Is it the girl bestie gay combo, the zesty bestie situation scenario?
Maybe I got me a white girl, like,
yeah, she's a flight attendant, so she's a hag already. You know what I mean? We
drink Cosmos together in Ibiza. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Mitch is going to be going soon, so
if they know what's good for the game, they got to get rid of Mitch.
You're right. Let me rephrase that. Mitch needs to be going soon. He might also be one who goes much further than
I
what
see
we're
him
anticipating.
winning.
Right?
Them, I don't know
now,
their pronouns, but
granted, now his the one strong alliance. He chose the wrong. It's like linking up with the wrong person at school. Like that nigga just chose the wrong friend to get tight with. So now he's getting ready to get up out of here.
But see now all the boys, now that they're all on the island together, they all want to link up and have a testy alliance or whatever, just all boys.
A bad Mitch.
Yeah, alliance. All strength alliance, which is dumb.
Alpha. Now Cedrek, while he is a part of this, Cedrek is he a part of that? No, he's not a part of that, actually. Cedrek is over here having an emotional breakdown, honey.
In his blazer, because he's getting ready to stand on business at Tribal Council. Mm-hmm. And so, and again, here comes Star the Star. Okay? I'm a fan. Mm-hmm. She comes through. We're not doing that today. Not today, we not. I was like, you better black mother affirm this, man. Yeah. And I was so annoyed because I was like, here we go, black women saving the day again.
Always. Because she really did come to, she was like,
because you can't show,
my daddy can't do this shit. And you out here, nigga. Yeah. Get it together, nigga. Stand in that blazer and do what you need to do.
Yes, in 20 degrees Celsius weather.
And he wiped his face off and got himself together. And they went to Tribal Council. And again, she entertained me even in her voting. This is what I'm saying. Like, she had to make it at least to the jury if she doesn't make it to the end. She is great TV.
Yeah, she's fun.
And Charity gets her blunt put out. Ooh, amen.
Yeah, she does. And rightfully so. Tribal Council wasn't too spicy. It was kind of straightforward. It was just a bunch of niggas there. Mitch was very gagged that his home they went home. But I also I wish players would realize hell, it's not me, so
bye, girl. Yeah. That puts me one step closer to $1 million.
Yeah. And
truth be told, nobody fucked with you anyway.
Exactly.
But, he too tender. He's got to go.
Right. And that was it, really.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next week. Bye.